What's going on YouTube? Back again with another video here on the channel, this time with my beautiful 42-inch LG C3, which is my desktop monitor. And I'm gonna apologize up front in this video because I just heard my air conditioning unit kick on, so if you can hear the noise in the background, sorry about that. Anyway, today I'm talking LG displays because, well, LG's pushing out a new software update for the C3 and the G3 lineup. I'll double check to confirm that, but I'm almost certain that's the case. I'll put it up on the screen. But let's go ahead and see if the update's been pushed over the air to my particular C3. So I've got the remote here. Let's go ahead and press and hold that settings button. And we'll give it about 30 minutes for it to open. You see how slow that was? That tells me there probably is an update. Support. This is extremely laggy. Okay, the current firmware version number I'm on is going to be 23.25.50. Let's go ahead and click check for updates. And no updates found. I'm not too surprised by that. For whatever reason, LG takes forever to push a software update to my display, but I came prepared in this video. I've already loaded up the software update manually onto this USB drive right here. So the next thing you'll see is after I plugged in the USB drive on the display. All right, and as you can see here, there is a new software update. The new version is going to be 23.25.55. And seems like I've seen that somewhere before. Anyhow, let's go ahead and grab the remote again. I'm going to go ahead and get the install started. I won't have you sit and wait with me. If I do encounter any problems during install, I'll be sure to pop back in and let you know. That way you can avoid doing this. But outside of that, we'll see what comes with 23.25.55. Yes. All right, and as we get set here to cross the finish line on the install, leave me a comment below. Do you utilize your LG OLED display as a desktop monitor as well, like my 42C3 here? Anyway, drop a comment below if you use yours that way. All right, software update has been completed. Update will be applied when you restart your TV. Do you want to restart now? Yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to keep the video rolling. That way you see the full process here. And you'll get the beautiful glossy panel reflection there to the left. I even turned the lights off in here to hopefully mitigate that. But I definitely wouldn't trade the full glossy panel for one of those semi-matte, semi-gloss, whatever they're calling them, on the Samsungs and some of the Sonys. I'll tell you that right now. I'll take some of this glare or this reflections. I'll take them all day long. All right, and you saw right there, pretty quick process there. Full install and getting it restarted. I would say the total time was maybe 3 to 4 minutes. So not anticipating anything crazy as far as new features, but we'll dive in anyway. First thing, let's go in, and even though it's telling me down there at the bottom, all right, even though it told me down at the bottom that the TV has been updated, I'm gonna go ahead and double check. So let's press and hold that settings button. And wand functionality here is feeling a lot better, although that's taken forever to open the menu. So let's go ahead and go over to support. Okay, yeah, it must be still updating a few things in the background, no big deal. But as you can see here, there's the new version number, 23.25.55, so we are good to go from that standpoint. So typically in these videos, I'll go through a few menus just in case, just to see. First thing I check for though is the wand functionality. This feels great. This feels super snappy, and I gotta tell you, as somebody who owns multiple, if I can talk, LG displays, the C3 typically has ranked at the bottom for me as far as smoothness. This feels great though. All right, so let's go over to picture, and we'll go into picture modes, and I don't really anticipate seeing anything in here, but I have to check. And it almost feels like they took some out. I know they probably didn't, but that list feels really short. Okay, the reason why I'm not expecting a new mode here is because of this personalized picture mode. I've talked about it in my prior videos. I'm not a fan, but you know, whatever. So nothing going on there. We'll go into settings. The next thing I like to check for is, did they unlock anything that was locked before the update? And typically that can be found in this clarity section. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this. It's almost like, what's the point of having a clarity section with all these options if in certain picture modes or certain HDMI input type of modes, you lock them, you know? Like for example, The one I like to reference here is smooth gradation. Now, if you're utilizing your LG OLED for gaming and HDR gaming, chances are you've played a game that maybe has an outdoor landscape. You look up in the sky and you see all these imperfections, almost like lines, you know, like radiation lines and BS in the sky. This setting right here is supposed to help with that. Why is it locked when that's the time I need it most? All right, anyway, so as you can see here, nothing has changed there. I don't anticipate, see fine tune's locked, but that's because this is plugged in with a PC. So not too surprised there. But this just goes to show you, like, they have all these settings in here. Like, here we go with the brightness. Dynamic contrast and peak brightness are off. Now, I will tell you this is an SDR image going on in the background, so I'm not too surprised by this, especially this one. But peak brightness, what's the point of having this disabled? Why can't I crank this up to high if I want to? Is this more of a panel protection thing, like, oh, the panel is allowing itself to get brighter in SDR than HDR, so we're going to disable that altogether? I don't know, guys, but I hate it. I really do hate the way LG does this. But as you could see, nothing really new as far as settings. I'm not going to go through the general panel because then the video will become a movie. So next up, let's actually dig into what I can find that comes with 2.3.25.55. All right, and in typical LG fashion, at the time of filming this, which is a Saturday morning here early in the college football season, I will say this, the best team in college football does play at 11 a.m. today on the road, so that gives you a little hint on who my squad is, but I do need to get this video in and done before that. But at the time of filming this video, what you can expect with this update is going to be fixing minor bugs. And you can expect that in every video going forward, with the exception of the rare times throughout the year that LG will put some new feature or they'll update the entire WebOS to the newest one. Then you might get some more features. But you can really expect two things. Number one, it's going to be fixing bugs from the prior update. And number two, it's going to bring you some new bugs to deal with, which in turn means probably 3 to 6 weeks from now, I'll be recording another video here with my C3 talking about how it fixed the bugs from this one. Okay, I forgot to add in the part of the video where I recommend whether you should install the update. And the way I'll put it to you is this: if you're currently happy with the firmware version number that's on your display, you're not having any problems, you're not having any audio dropouts, whatever it is, and you're generally happy, let me explain it to you in the form of a GIF. And that's going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, you found it helpful, you want to help support the channel, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new around here, I do software updates for more than LG displays. I do it for other tech electronics. So if you want to stay up to date and at least know when a software update is coming out for your tech electronic, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell. But with all that being said, until the next one,